Welcome to this documentary about the Chinese culture compared to the Dutch culture. As a wise man once said, I'm not living in this world to live up to your expectations, and you're not living in this world to live up to my expectations. This wise man was called Bruce Lee. So I'm going to give more explanation about individuality of the Chinese people compared to the Dutch people. So what is individuality? Is it the quality of a person or a thing compared to all others? And do the Chinese people think the same about this case as the Dutch people? I will let you know more in this documentary. In this part of the documentary I'm going to tell more about the Chinese side of individuality. The Chinese social laws are completely different than Dutch social laws. If you don't work in China, you won't get any support of your government. So no support and no work means no food, and you will have to provide your family with food because in the Chinese culture, honor and loyalty to your family is really important, and if you can't provide them, that's a big shame for your family. And therefore the Chinese culture is activist culture. This means you will have to get in a group, and in this group you will help your your friends and the members of the group. It's financially and also with food and other help and other support. Therefore, we are now filming in Chinatown. Chinatown is a really good example of such a collectivist group. The Chinese people come here to help each other. So you see here lots of Chinese stores, so it's really easy to integrate here in the Netherlands, because it's a completely other culture, completely other language. Everything is different from their mainland, and therefore they have in really much places and countries so-called Chinatowns. So it's really important that you have interest in a group and you don't handle things on yourself. So the bad side of these groups is that they are really close together, so people from the outside have a really hard time to get into this group. For example, someone from the Netherlands can't just get into such a group, but it also has its pros. So you can help each other out if you have problems at home or problems with the family. And it's really important you don't shame your group.
Another cultural difference between the Chinese and the Dutch culture is how people talk and interact and behave themselves around each other. On the work floor and against their bosses. It's more important to be the best, competitive, or material bonuses like money and cars. Then you're probably in a muscular culture. It's more important to be modest, help each other, help the weak, and be helping each other. You're probably in a femininity culture. These cultures are based on the theory from Hofstede. Hofstede once said, every culture, every country has its own way of reacting and acting and behave yourself around each other. Hofstede based these two cultures on man and female, the human gender. If you ask people about the word man, they often say like they are tough, competitive, strong, aggressive. But if you ask people about the word female, they often say like they are soft, helping each other. Being emotional is more important than being tough and hide your emotions. And this is, you can find these things back in every culture. And of course, the man and female are just stereotypes in this case, but they define every culture in its own way. Now let's talk about the dimensions in the cultural of China. First, we're now at a Chinese restaurant with real Chinese food, but let's talk about these dimensions. In China, people are not equal to each other. You could speak of a great power distance, and this power distance is divided by two parts. First, you have got work, and the second part is the family. At work, your boss is your boss. It's not your friend. You don't go out to dinner with him, and it's just there for work and business. Your opinion, for example, won't be valued because you're just an employee and your boss is the man with the great status and knows everything better than you do. Also, your co-workers are not your friends. They're your competitors because you want to be the best, and everybody wants to, even if you have to screw over a co-worker or your potential friend. Also, with your family, you always have to respect the elders because they got more status than you. That's just a rule in China. If you don't respect the elders, you and your family's name, because that's also really important, you put a shame on your family's name and you be shamed for your family, and that has this bad influence for you and your family. So as long as you don't really have to say something and you won't be good to listen to. This all are just like influences and notes and things what literally says that this culture is a masculine culture because you have to be a man, you have to be hard, you have to be strong, competitive, and everything like that. If you compare the Dutch culture to the Chinese culture, you see that the Dutch is more in the direction of the femininity. We are more like working together, men and women are equal. Of course, status plays a role, but not as big as in China. Therefore, we help each other more out. A good example, for instance, in a negotiation, two companies in China, both companies tries to get the best results for itself, no matter what the results for the other company are. It's just about themselves. In the Netherlands, if a company goes in negotiation with the other company, we try to reach the best results for both sides. We try to work together to get the best results so we can both profit from the negotiation. Also, work and family are real different than in China. In the Netherlands, your boss could also be your friend, where you go have a nice time in your free time, get a drink, go out to dinner. In China, this is not the case. Also, your co-workers could also be your friends. You hang out with them, you see them in work, but you also see them after work in your free time. It's a real big difference. And therefore, Dutch is more in the direction of femininity, and Chinese culture is more in the direction of the muscular dimension. So in the end, both cultures, the top priority is to provide the family, but they all do it in a different way. And you see that China is a more muscular culture, and the Netherlands have a more feminine culture. Thank you for watching. Until next time.